Good evening, everyone. How is everyone this fine evening? Uh, who have we got so far? Good evening, Mark. Good evening, Jack, and thanks for the sub. Uh, good evening, Tavern Wars and Tomo. Hello, and how is everyone doing? Excellent. Not even looking at it. X-Wing will be tomorrow's problem. Tonight, we are going to go with something completely different. No, no. Shh. No disturbance, no force, no killing of my favourite list. Bastards. Um yes. Yes. So tonight, uh we had our first Marvel Crisis event at the shop last Sunday. 15 people turned up. It was absolutely fantastic. Hi, Doom Fairies. Yeah, it was absolutely heaving. We had a good laugh. We crowned a champion who walked away with an amazing trophy done by Cockatoo and loads of prizes from Cockatoo as well. It was an absolute cracking day. But it actually made me want to have a play. So when I got home on Sunday night, I was looking through basically all of the lists and stuff like that. Sorry. Um, and I've decided on a new affiliation that I'm going to build and collect. So far, there is 8 in this affiliation. I think Tomo already has some or is already playing these. So I'm currently building. No, I'm going to have both because Black Order only has 5. I thought Gamora and the others. Oh, that's cool. We can celebrate it at the Moonstone event, Jack. Uh, yeah, that was what I was expecting that. Yeah. When I looked, I'm just looking now at Black Order. There is still only the 5 there. Yeah, bring the wife. Mm. So yeah, there's still only 5 in Black Order. So I was wanting to do more. I already have them. I already have them painted. I don't think Martin's ventured. I dare say he could come because we could just put a. We've got a couple of teams spare. I could lend him some of my stuff. It's the whole idea is people getting taught on the table rather than it being an event as such. So yes, I've decided that alongside Black Order, I'm going to collect Midnight Suns. Yes, you can take all of the X-Men. There's Uncanny X-Men. There's normal. There's Uncanny X-Men. Is the normal X-Men? Um, yes, and one of the reasons is I do like Blade, but I wasn't blown away by the Blade sculpt. And as some of you know, I've started selling C27 prints. They're a company that do fan created. You just have to get the right level game, mate. X-Men are cheap anyway, aren't they? They always were. So yeah, I will go to the yay painting camera. That seems to be medium. That's why. And zoom out. Cool. Well, I actually let's go to the close up. See how good it gets under close up. So I've printed myself a blade. I do have Blade and Moon Knight coming. Yes, Daystalker. Sorry, Daystalker. Um, so yeah, I picked up this one um, and printed him out this morning, and it was just trying to see just the way it looked in this pose as opposed to the pose that is on the uh, the actual MCP one. I just liked it a lot better. Um, mm, I'm just looking for. There's been no painted references so far for the Daystalker version. I know the AMG version has black cape with red tint, and all of the hands that are coming up are ghosty hands. Ooh, so I think this is going to lend itself to. Yeah, I'm thinking that way, Tomo. Um, but I'm thinking of get the grey down on the base, and then a very ethereal airbrush of white, and then the possibly either the blue or the green for the hands, and some glowing. See, there's a couple of bits of support left on that. I have to keep picking out the support bits. So yeah, the whole area is going to be glowing underneath him anyway. So, hey Van, how are you doing? So yeah, has he got gloves? I can't see clear enough. I don't think he's got gloves on this. I think his arms are showing. Yeah, yeah, that's future Lee's problem. I'm gonna look at that some other time. Just noticed some slight bits need cleaning. It's going to be hard to deprogram myself away from what I've been used to for so long, but we'll see how it goes. Could be really good. I know they killed double Desies, which they have to do some amazing changes to make it up for that. So they're on a back foot already in my books. Um, yeah, on all of the painted ones by AMG, they've done them ghostly hands as well. So I'm thinking of like the blue ethereal color um, on it. But first off, let's get. If you hadn't thought, yeah, it's. I'm not even. Nope, nope, not looking at it, ignoring it because 3 8s go into 24, don't they? So I can definitely have 3 decimators. We missed you at the weekend as well, mate. Would have been good to see you lot down at the event, but March, March. uh, we kept tickets last time for. I'm not going to name who, but we kept tickets last time for someone, and they didn't turn up in the end. So we were stuck down at 15. So we had a buy. So we're hoping to get a couple of more tables done. That is my job tomorrow. I've got a load of deliveries to sort out and some stock. And then, no, it wasn't you, Mark. You're useless, full stop. I'm working on your next. Cheers, Ian. I've got a. I've still got something belonging to you at the shop. So we're gonna go with black straight off through the airbrush. So it's just miniature primer, and I forgot to put it on the base. So onto the base it goes. I was hoping to get to see you this weekend as well, Van. But we've got a set routine sorted for Marvel, Legion, X-Wing, and Flesh and Blood. And when I sorted it all out, got it all finished, worked it all out after 3 days it took us to get everything worked out and make sure I wasn't clashing with other shops and giving other shops plenty of time to have their event and then hours after it, sort of thing. Or we were in that month, we were in slightly earlier. The only thing that I totally forgot about was Gotham. So yeah, I'm definitely, hopefully, going to make up for it for the next one. But we have quite a lot of our lot coming down to see you. So we have him all nice. Yep. You're a star, mate. If there's a few going, Ronan's coming, Dead Steve's coming, so if any of them will do, just ask Snowy who they are and it's all good. And by the way, they're not mine anymore. My daughter picked up that she wants to play Ronan and gave her half a demo. She's waiting for the other half. I think she might get that tomorrow. But she's now wanting the goblins. And we have our first event set up for the 13th of March, which we've just found out is Jack's anniversary. Cool. So let me just blow some air over that. Let's get it dried. So all I'm doing there is basically just air out of the airbrush. There's nothing else. And just blow the air over that. The wet paint to flash it off, sort of thing. Get it dry a little bit quicker. There we go. Sweet. So where's his really colour? think I'll do that all in like a grey or a metallic grey. Grey colour. I think I'm just going to use the primer. Miniature grey primer over it. I can actually find it. Oh, typhus corrosion. There's the grey primer. I'm guessing that's going to be good enough. There we go. What I'm going to do is try and go in quite delicately. So dropping the pressure down on the handle. Let's see how close we can get with it. So, and you can see we're just building up the grey on both the stone face. A bit more air. So it will clip the boots, but what I'll quickly do is where the boots are, I will go over that just with a brush with the black primer so it pulls both of them back. It's just a lot quicker to get the grey colour down. With the airbrush because of all of the fiddly bits. And then I just redo a couple of bits like the feet. There we go. Got all of the greys done now. Let's clean out the airbrush. I'll also check why the cloud bot isn't working. Hey, it's Chewy. Good evening, mate. How are you keeping? So, yep, that's the quick airbrush. Get the primer down, base colour. We've just used the primer and base colour for both layers. So, let me get a brand new palette out. A little bit of black in there so I can quickly go over the blade's feet. So yeah, with it just being the primer, it's quite thin, especially with it being airbrush primer. Oh. Takes better to the airbrush than it does to a normal brush. What? Cover up all of the overspray. Easy. I'm glad I'm sat here painting and not in the world of X-Wing Facebook groups this evening. I'm guessing Mark's going to have his hands full tonight. Yay! What kind of perfect timing is that, mate? You've had to put up post approval. Why? The community is such a reserved, nice place. Sorry, Mark. I shouldn't be facetious. Or should I? I need a small. I'm just using some of my airbrush cleaner in the hope that I clean this quite battered brush a bit. So yeah, for my I've definitely noticed that. So I know Blade comes with. I'm going to probably draw on Tomo's help here. So I've definitely got Moon Knight and Blade coming. I bought Ghost Rider as a single. So when it says Doctor, is there a particular Doctor Strange that I need, Tomo? So I have to use the one with Wong and not the one with Klee. Oh, so I thought because I had loads of them on the shelf as well. So not that one. I sense a Kev in the. Oh, yeah, that wasn't clever. Yeah. So he will drive it. So I can put that one back into stock. I will. So I can use that Dr. Voodoo though. Oops. Right, so far I've got Dr. Voodoo. I can't remember the other ones that I've got coming. So I've got I've got Doctor Strange and Wong. I've bought Black Cat for the cards, Ghost Rider, Blade, and Moonlight. So after that, I guess it's just Iron Fist, isn't it? Yeah, I think I'll just need an Iron Fist after that lot. So I can actually get on with Doctor Voodoo as well, while I'll let Blade dry because I'm going to be dry brushing him and I don't want it to mess up too much. So go back to the full size one and I will crack open Dr. Voodoo. I have no idea what to do. I went off, I like the look of the new Blade, so I was like, cool, that'll do. I'll have Blade, and I'll see what the cards do and everything else later. So with that, I've still only got 8 characters for a 10 character roster. Any suggestions? Well, this is one with the actual instructions in. That's novel. So I need one of the big bases and some cutters. Ant-Man. When did Ant-Man go with these guys? I don't need them two. Luke Cage with Fist, and then Taskmaster. So I'm guessing out of all of them, the only leader is Blade. There is none of the others have the leadership ability. I honestly feel like I'd probably like to work out my favourite 5 from this. And obviously then have my Black Order, take them 2 as the lists, and then just go pick which one. But I'm guessing I can't use any of their abilities if they're not part of the affiliation. I really do need to catch up. I only played this the demo game that we played when it first came out. Not had a chance to play it since. So I'm hoping that I have had an offer of someone to come and give us a couple of games at the shop one week, so that will definitely help. I do like the look of Taskmaster as well. And I don't know. I could get to the point where I just keep buying up bits, as Tomo would say in typical Dalton fashion. Um, yeah, cool. Why is the head the last thing to go in? Strange. Legs done. Skulls on the side. What is the little pack of skulls? Ooh. Yes, that looks cool. But how the hell do I do that? Hello, trouble. Mini trouble. Yeah, that would definitely work. Just be interested to work out how to get the colours to work like that. So, what's that phrase? Challenge accepted. But the two bits of swirly stuff go together somehow. That's on the floor there. And that connects somehow to it. Apparently there is that there. Aha. So even with the instructions, they're not easy. There is two Zoe. We've got Blade, which I'm going to be painting in a minute. And I'm just building Dr. Voodoo with his ghosty things. Oh. That goes onto there. And it is, but goes into there. Oops. And this is where, because I don't use super glue, because plastic glue lasts longer and is better because it actually melts it. Everything goes horribly wrong because it all falls apart. Like that. Yeah. And it needs some kind of voodoo to do it. No idea why the head goes on now. Unless there's something to do with... Aha, now I do. The cloak goes on first. I can blame you for the hassle of this one then, because if you'd given me your Doctor Voodoo, I would have had all this hassle on yours and I would have understood how I could have done it a lot easier on the stream. I'm just going to hold it here for 2 minutes. Yep. All going pear-shaped. Right. I'm going to remove him off his floating thing for now. Then all this can go together properly. That can go onto there. They can go together like that. Put that there. Him there. Those couple of wispy bits over there for later. So, I'm thinking, obviously, with some of these new dry brushes that we've got in, I'm going to try and dry brush some of Blade. And the picture that Tomo's given is all of his folds and everything are like blue. So I could do with something good as a quite a light dry brush. Thinking Ulthan Grey. The thing with Blade is, if I don't like it after it's all done, I've always got the option of just printing another one and trying again. If that makes sense. Problem is, he's got lots of like arm showing as well, so it's going to be a bit. Get this. Ooh, way too strong. Mm-hmm. A little bit more. Oh. So, to get the blue hint, or tint, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to try the blue glaze that we used last week. Oh, there's not much of that left. I'm going to do it through the airbrush to try and get the blue tint Tomo's on about with some luck. I get my glazes brought home because what I'm going to do is do it over this so it doesn't mess up. See what Connell thinks a bit close up. Can't see through the screen and through my glasses at the time. Good evening, BC. Who's that? Can you see that? Let's get it dried off. This is definitely going to be Martin's next game. Let's see if I can get that. Yeah, it seems pretty close because obviously I can't actually put extra lines onto it without lots of work. That seems to be pretty close for what we've got to the screenshot, matey. I'll bring it down the shop tomorrow and you can have a look at it. So, right, let's go back to the grey because I've definitely got blue everywhere. The quick blast over the rock face where it's all gone. See, it's all gone blue. No, I didn't airbrush using my mouth. I had my airbrush in my mouth while I was changing paints and stuff like that. I'm not that good. So, that is the start of Blade. What I am going to do is I am going to airbrush the ghostly arm hand things. So I'm going to use Liquitex white ink again. People have seen me use this plenty of times. Let's see if I can open it. So here we go. Where's the a little bit of. See, there's ethereal flames there, Tomo. So I know what you're saying about them being zombie hands, but there's a lot of ethereal. Glowy shit going on. That makes sense. Yes, we've just put them up. For some reason, they've gone up out of stock. But we got them this morning. I can't remember which one I've got on the printer. I did Blade this morning. Who else did I do this morning? There was two. I think I've done 2 or 3. Can't remember which ones I've done. Daystalkers or Avocado, so Deadpool-ish. And the ones that we got up today were Target Goons, Shigoro. Yeah, and Honey Biscuit, which is definitely not Puck, honest. Yeah. I couldn't get my head around it either. I'm just letting this dry and then I'll jump back onto it. But I did like the Goons squad. And there's no proper official photos yet, so yeah, I couldn't. Yeah, I can't get away with Honey Biscuit. But yeah, we're picking them up little bit by little bit, and what I'm doing is I'm actually producing between 2 and 4 of each one, so I've got them on the shelf, so people can actually at the shop. Like you said, you wanted a black cat. There'll be black cats printed ready at the shop. So why is that? Is that in the way again? Hey, I realise now. So is that better to look at, Tomo? Obviously, I've got to do all of his arms and stuff like that. So to go over to the medium. Better. So what I want is yeah. Just looking for some good colours. Go with. Let's see how Kachan Flash works. So there's definitely muscle tone all around that. Again, for any new people, the figures that I'm going to use, so they are tabletop, tabletop, no more, no less. It's just to get them on the table, sort of thing. Most of the work that I do nowadays is just quick, easy, tabletop, ready to go sort of thing. And if I can do a rhino in an hour and a half, yeah, sorry, if I can do a rhino in an hour, I'm sure you guys can do a rhino in an hour and a half. So again, oh. I am hitting the hair and stuff like that, but the hair's black and it will just coat over this brown pretty easy. I've caught the sword there, but again, trying to get right inside the sword area isn't easy. And then the hands, because he doesn't have gloves on. Looking at it, they are just some like braces or again, if I clip the sword for now, it's alright because I'll be painting that a different colour anyway. Probably a lighter brown on the hilt and into the recesses. Cool. Right, there is, I want a dark silver, I think, going with my gunmetal. the drops. Obviously, we'll get the sword done. And that is just quite a gunmetal is quite a dark silver. But the Vallejo metallics, they're just one coat over things. They're the best metallics ever. But what I want to get is all of the knife cross bits and right on the tips of the knives. The pommel, I believe it's called a pommel. Just to break up the blue that we did. Hilt and the pommel in metal. And it also darkens it down if he's meant to be stealth. Silver's actually darker than the blue. Looks cool. And again, you just have to hit the front parts. You don't have to go all the way around it, because around the back's in shadow. It's not going to really get picked up that much. Makes sense. Belt buckle the same. And that button there. Let's have the pommel of the sword silver as well. There we go. Do swords actually show out the bottom of the holder? They do. So, a bit of the fast silver over them as well. If you want, you could run a null-in wash over this metal parts to darken it off a bit. Quite happy to leave it as it is. There's not that much detail in the sword. There's no recesses where it would show up any more detail, sort of thing. So do it as well. I do like the colour choice, Tomo. I do agree. With the colour choice. Let's get the. Where did I didn't actually get any black out on it. Or is that the black that's nearly run out? It is. Yeah. The colour is really cool. Right, let's try and get his hairline back in. There we go. Even got his eyebrows in a bit too heavy though. Blasting with the brown again to tidy it up. There we go. And obviously I still need to do a wash on that, but again, I was going to do the pommel a different color, the handle a different brown, wasn't I? Let's go with XV. Another GW colour, XV88, like a dark sand brown, but with a black wash. It should look really cool. I think with some of the black showing through as well. Ah, a friend at the window. A second. We had a cat come visit us. Yeah, and that should be silver there. So yeah. Well, the studio backs out onto the back garden, and the light shines out, so it does pick up. Obviously, cats can see us quite easily. Right, so black. Yeah, no, bit of a null-in shade first. On the brickwork, and then if it does go too far down, bring it back with whatever colour we decide is going to be good for it. What I'm going to do is quickly get this down and start drying. Then we can have a quick look at what colours I've got that we could possibly use on it. Yeah. Probably a quick dry brush over that to finish it. So let's have a look in the magic drawer of quick paints. We have definitely got the old Hexwraith Flame. We definitely have Tesseract Glow, but I think I would trigger far too many people using Tesseract Glow. Gold, grey, Crag Blue, Clear Calth Blue, Drakenhof Nightshade, not Corellia, Green, Nighthorn Gloom. The thing is that they're not meant to be. I don't. As Tom said, I don't think they're meant to be full-on ghosts. So I'm thinking Nighthaunt Gloom, or we get a bit crazy and I make something halfway between the two. Hexwraith, not Tesseract. What I have found out about Tesseract, it doesn't play with others well. So if you mix it with a if you mix it with anything, um, it has a bit of a hissy fit. Um, I don't think you'll. Oh, we broke the camera. I don't think you'll ever paint any MCP stuff. Hmm. So what I'm going to do is, it needs to be predominantly this hex wraith. So that's way too much, but yeah. Maybe it's not actually. So I'm going to use this one. And if you, when you're using stuff like this, washes and stuff, if you pull it up the side, you can see what it's going to do, whether it's going to flow or whether it's just going to fall off. Have some green in there. Definitely not. Do I need to do it the other way? Yeah, let's do it the other way. Let's go from. Let's get a new palette. And here's one we prepared earlier. Right. So the brush does have some hex wraith on already. So let's see how it goes. That's gone dark already, just with what was on the brush. Let's have 1, 2, 3. 3 drops of Night Haunt Gloom. Maybe a little bit, one more drop of green, and I think it's somewhat. Yeah, I'll take that and see how it goes on. Yeah. It's not full on. It could be like a mix between ghouls and ghosts and. Base later. Yeah, I think that will work with probably a little bit of a dry brush over it. Should look. Again, it's not spending hours doing a figure, it's getting a figure from plastic or resin to actual ready to throw onto a table and watch it get smashed all over by some overpowered juggernaut or something like that. So I'm going to let that dry and cool off. And let's get back to Dr. Voodoo. See if I can get him to actually sit onto his floating thing. Sense of Snowy playing Mech Warrior. Tish. This is a pain in the butt, this one. Literally. I'm going to just leave that for now. It looks alright at that, but I need it on that base. That needs to be super glue. This base has stood up. I think it's going to hold him a lot better. There we go. Super glue gel, and a quick squirt of activator to hold it. And get his backside into position properly. Then he should just sit like that. So then there's a wisp, there's still one wisp and some other bits to figure out where they go. That can be in a while. What I'm going to do is get the hairdryer out. I'll have a look at doing it next week, Tom. So that's that, but I just feel as though it needs a little bit of, like, what I think you'll hear people call it object source lighting or whatever it is. I just think the rocks need a bit of a glow on them. So what I'm going to do is take the airbrush and the last bit of our mixture, pour it in there. There's only a few drops, it's not as if it's going to be loads of it. It is fairly thin, so watch this very carefully. Go. That looks cool. That's it. We'll give it a quick dry brush over the that to give it a bit more of a ghostly appearance. But again, what's the time? an hour and a half. We built another one in the same time. Built Dr. Voodoo in the same time. I do need to do a nulling watch over his arms. I forgot that when I was doing the nulling. And his face as well. The hands. I'm going to do the scabbard. Not scabbard. Pommel. It's a pommel. The handle. Face and hair. Getting in the hair is not going to be too much of a problem because it's not really black. It'll also mat it off a bit. Just getting a couple of the lines back in. Go. So again, that's one in an hour and a half. By the time has the rim dried, the rim has dried. So what I'll do is put a black. Can't even pick the brush up. So this is an army painter dry brush I use for this because it's really good and flat. What you're painting tomorrow, Tomo? No. Cool. We're away. Scarlet Witch. Ooh. Ooh. Well, my day walker is ready to walk the day, as it were. Again, I'm not aiming it to be a masterpiece. It is just paint it, build it, paint it, put it on the table. What I am going to do though is build there we are. The two versions of the hood. cutting all the little bits off and can work it out from there. I'll do one at a time so I'm not mixing it up, getting arms and legs mixed up. I'm guessing because I've got the hood, it's not a bad thing to get him painted and that sort of stuff. Is it the hood? And hood, sorry, not the hood. Just hood. Because as Tomo knows, I'll probably end up with, going bit by bit, I'll probably end up collecting the whole lot again. I did have it all at one point, and then I thought it wasn't going to be a game for me. And then obviously I collected the Black Order because Thanos. And then I was like, you know what? After seeing everyone having so much fun at the weekend, it's got to be something that I like the look of. Get the rest built, more bits and pieces sorted, and away we go. The games look a lot more interesting than they were from the start of the core set. I'm guessing that's definitely the case, Tomo. Slippery slope, yeah. Well, it's not like I'll be spending much money on X-Wing, is it? Or is that too soon? Yeah, well, I played it out the core set, and I wasn't. It was all right. It was a bit of a laugh with me and Dead State. And again, we probably didn't know the rules fully because it was in the first few weeks of it coming out, sort of thing. Knowing us, we probably got loads of it wrong. Oh, and Cherie scarred me for life. Cloak. I don't even know where that Cherie got thrown because, yeah, having hands on back to front was definitely not very good. Cool. Needs to join together to the other bit of the head. Yeah, He is pretty much together. Looks like pretty well. Nothing's falling apart as I've done it. Time is it? It is about past. I'll get the other one of these done. Hopefully find a couple of bits on Dr. Voodoo I've missed. And then leave it there for the evening. And hiccup start. Right, body done. Cloaky bit next. Cloaky bit. Part of the leg. Oh, I like the way the leg's coming out of the flames. Yeah. Is it a pistol? It is a pistol. Yeah, it does look cool. To be honest, there's not that many I haven't liked the look of. There you go. So I don't need to crack open the Mr. Wong. And with that, close that. So where was the last bits? Where do I need to glue them? There's a bit that comes off the top. Aha. Cool. That's an easy one. I need to finish Hulkbuster because he's sat here nearly ready to go. Once I work out which bits need to be gold, I'll probably sit here for half an hour and do the gold on it. And then, oops. Yeah. Oh, so the other skulls just go on the floor. That's cool. They're easy then. With the super glues. Yeah, I've not put a Juggernaut aside for myself yet. I feel like I should. Do like the look of him. Oh, where did I put the tweezers? My plan is, if I go with when the new sets come out, starting now, is I'll buy the new sets and paint them up as they come out. And when there is no new sets, I'll go back catalogue and start picking up bits that I don't have. That is my plan. And try and catch up. Unless I manage to pick something up off eBay or something like that that is ridiculously cool and easy to find. And cheap. Cheap's good. Yeah. I think again, I'm not sure on the colours that I want for mine. I do need bases. I have a massive lack of bases somehow. I have some plans that I need bases for, so if anyone has bases, loads of Legion bases. Two, three, four. Still missed from here. Right, so those three fellas could do with a prime, and I might do Hulkbuster next week. Where is? I think I put it in with the glue. It is. So I'm going to use my usual go-to dry brush for the white, and I'll quickly do this. Oh, cool. There we go. Yeah. So again, just one of my makeup brushes. We sell these in the shop now. We've got a few of them. Pack is it pack of 7 for a tenner? Sorry. There we go. Yeah. I did like the video, Vinnie Jones one. So that is Blade. Sorry, Daystalker complete. Ready to hit the table. So I think there's no wet patches on that. I'm going to take the my tester's dull coat. And it is now all sealed. Oh, that's a bit sticky there now. So, again, I'm going to call it there. I've prattled on long enough tonight. So, again, thank you everyone for coming along, chatting, watching me paint another miniature in a night. It's the most painting I've done. I will see everyone next week or down the shop if they're down the shop in the meantime. So, catch us all soon. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you next week. Catch us later.